kickoff to this project, and I want to understand that the reason we're bringing property owners in on this now is we're going to the county. We are going to ask them for a minor use permit, not a major. Now, the difference between a minor use permit and a major use permit is administration makes a decision with a favorable vote. It goes straight to county council, doesn't even take a public hearing to process this through. A major, everyone in the immediate 500 feet are invited to make their comments, and pros and cons are weighed, and it's usually 3 times the expense and 3 times the time. So when we went from a simple organics fruit and veggie stand to serving food and beverage, we got the health department come in. And the health department asked for, where's your bathrooms? Where are you going to clean and produce the food products for the public? So we're simply going to operate from the benefit of a triple sink, and our relocation of the cappuccino is anticipated only to show up on the property, not as visible in front of our building. But this is down the road. The cappuccino's been operating for a long time, and we're going to have 45-mile-an-hour speed for probably the next 2 years. The 45-mile-an-hour speed is where people will have to, because it's a construction zone, and they'll be going by every one of your properties that are relevant to the commercial needs. The coffee business should kick up a lot more than it is, just because people are slowing down. It's a double fine in construction zones, and a lot of support from the neighborhood by bringing this to the attention of our sheriffs and our patrollers. They'll make it clear that this is not going to be a speed trap, but if you want to get a ticket, break the law. We are in the process of allowing the center driveway that currently is in front here. It doesn't even get far enough to make a left turn. To make a left turn on via Montellano, you're literally gambling. That you'll get rear-ended. You're coming down that, and anyone who comes in for coffee, as long as they're going west, they can get out. Coming in from the east, they have to get back across 2 lanes of traffic that are just horrible. And by us asking for a monitor would definitely recreate safety for everyone around. So that's going to happen, and happen soon. What happens when we take the road to its completion is the driveways of the center could be lined with trees. The walks on each side could include a horse presentation. There's a lot of horse riders, and Bonzo loves it. And there's a chance that more can come. Welcome. Everybody I've presented this to who feels it's a forced development versus a chosen development sees that we have a dead end here and a dead end here, and we're going to be a ghost town if we don't do something. I'm sure you can still say to the feed store they'll sell feed, and you can tell Tim at the Argonne he'll always sell rock. Both of those uses may still continue, and we haven't confirmed what will be the next move. But keeping your tenants as long as you can is what a landlord does. We are sharing with you that the car dealer, his days are numbered. The fact that we cannot get a car dealership license, it takes too much money to keep them, and they're not willing to pay for it. Our use is going to be totally boutique and food and beverage. When you step into the outdoor portions of the patios, we're going to do it in phases. Right there is another 20 tables. Here's another 10 tables. And the whole front porch, we're going to raise the level, create a very attractive front to this project. And with the anticipation of pulling the cars away from the building becomes the icon center. Now, we have a parking lot that will have covered parking on two sides. What's going to happen on weekends is we're inviting artisans and crafts to create an outdoor mall with a stage. And that stage will put live music and entertainment to maintain a bizarre effect with this is an attention getter. And we have other interests to make this more than just a weekend condition. It could be a permanent condition as the parking relates to the final outcome. Because every time we go to the county, they've added more parking. For every 4 seats of a restaurant, you have to have a car. For every 3 employees, you have to have a car. And we're actually down to the wire with the water and sewer, which is their application, is going to increase our demand, and the moratorium has to be lifted for our specific use. We understand.
What?
Pardon?
What moratorium?
There's a current sewer and water moratorium. It's been on for 5 years. The time for Janos's talk will be preceded by the reality that the system is only built to hold so much containment of our current waste, and we don't have a plan to build a new one coming on board for some years ahead. So right now, the water and sewer is purchased units from Oceanside. The availability of those units is what will be decided at the next 2 water meetings which we are going to be at. And they will be hearing that we have 21 landowners on our property list that will proceed in the investment of larger than what they have now living. Meaning, if you wanted to add a 2-bedroom to your house, you had to add another 100 feet of leach line. If your property is small, that just won't happen. You're going to be restricted.